Hello and welcome all my dear third standard students. Welcome once again in the science lecture. I am Rohan sir from Mahdi English Medium School. Dear third standard little champs, I hope that you have enjoyed the revision video and you have very well prepared for your exams. So my dear little champs, I was sending you the revision lectures because of your exams. So I hope that you have utilized the revision videos and the instruction given in the last video very well and you have prepared accordingly, because at the last moment you do not need every time the written or the reading work. Sometimes instructions may also be very helpful to you in many different ways. So that is why always in the revision lectures, content may be same but the instructions and the methods are always different. We teachers try a lot and our best to give you the best thing we can from here. So my dear little champs, welcome once again. Now you might be knowing that before we started revision, we also started something which we have left from the half. Do you know what am I talking about? Let us see what are we going to do today. We are going to continue with chapter number 12, explanation and solving the objectives. Air, water and weather. Yes, that is the chapter I was explaining you. So that is the chapter which I have explained you half and we are going to continue that. So I hope that you all are now ready. So be ready with the science textbook and the rough book and whatever stationery you need, that is pencil or whatever stuff you need with you. Yes, obviously when I am explaining you, there is no need for any stationery stuff. But when we start solving the objectives, at that time if you do not have textbook, at least you can write the answer in your rough book. That is why rough book and textbook is needed. So you can open either of these books if you have. At least rough book you might be having. Be ready with all this stuff quickly so that I can display the textbook on the screen and can recall what we have done in the previous lecture till now and then continue with what we are supposed to do in the new topic. So I hope you are getting ready with your books. Now I am going to display the textbook on the screen. So children, this was the chapter which we started, air, water and weather. A new unit, obviously unit 5, natural phenomena. Now in this I have given you hard words, we have done with the reading part. Also we have completed many topics like what does the air contain and water cycle, the topic which is in that topic, or I can say the subtopic. We even have examined this diagram. We have very well understood what is water cycle. Not only that, but also lastly we have done this exercise. So till here we have done in the previous lectures. Now let us continue with the topic weather. I hope that you are ready to understand the remaining half part of the chapter and then you are eager to solve the exercise. So let's get started with the topic weather. The general conditions of air around us is called weather. So this is the definition you will have to remember. It may be asked in the form of MCQ or in any way in the objective, that the general condition of the air around us is called weather. Whether is cold, whether is hot, that is the current general condition we can say around us of air is called weather. Changes in the weather are caused by the sun, wind and water vapor in the air. So why does weather changes? Weather changes, right? Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it is cold, sometimes it's just humid. So why does it change? Because of these three main factors, which is sun, wind and water vapor in the air. Because of these three things, weather changes. Let us understand the topic sunny days. Sunny days. Sunny days are usually hot. That means the day full of sun, when the sun is smiling at us, or I should say when sun is fully open to us, or we can say the days of summer. So afternoon is the hottest time of the day in the summer season. Mornings and evening are cooler. So morning and evening you do not feel as much hot as you feel in the afternoon and or during the late evening or night. You need air conditioner or cooler, right? So that is what happens in the sunny days. When you usually come from outside, you drink the water like this, right? Mom, give me the water bottle, we need to drink. How sweaty this boy is. This small boy has also come from outside. He was playing something. We do not know what he was playing. But this is what happens in sunny days. You drink lots of water, lime juice and different things because you really feel very hot. Here, students, one good activity is given which you can follow. On a rainy day, collect the rainwater in the containers like buckets, tubs or mugs. Use the saved rainwater for the different activities like watering your garden or washing your cycle. I hope that at least you might be having cycle. These things while it is rainy season. So dear students, these are very good suggestions given in the box. You should not ignore. So if you save the water, during the ancient time, during the olden days, when your grandparents were young, they used to store the rainwater in the big pits, in the underground, saving water system they were having. So it is very good to save the water when it is coming from the nature. Windy and cloudy days. Moving air is called wind. When the wind blows slowly, it is called a breeze. Now I hope when someone speaks to you in English and when someone says that it is breezy, I hope you will now understand that when the wind blows slowly and when it is a bit cold, then it is called breeze. Strong winds usually accompanied by lightning, thunder, rain or snow is called storm, is called a storm. So have you seen the storm? I don't think you might have seen the storm. Let me show you the storm. How the storm looks like. I have brought a fantastic picture of storm for you. So this is how the storm looks like. Can you see? Lightning is there. So air is moving. So this is how thunder, the storm looks like. It is very dangerous. It can take the lives of the animals, of the people. It can even take the big houses. It can even break down the big houses. It is too much dangerous situation of storm. Storms can cause a lot of damage, like I said. The sun appears to hide on the cloudy days. The sky is full of clouds. When there are black clouds, you say that, oh, it is going to rain today, right? It is cooler on the windy and the cloudy days than on the sunny days. Obviously, if the clouds are hiding the sun and if the rainfall is there, if the climate is cool, it is going to be cooler. Not only morning or evening, but whole day it is cooler when it is not summer season or the sunny days. Every few months the weather changes. This change gives rise to the different seasons. You know that different seasons are there. In your second standard, you have already studied in your English that different seasons are there. And you have also studied about all the different seasons, which is what again is explained here. There are 5 main seasons in India. Now they are talking about India: summer, monsoon, autumn, winter, and spring. So these are the seasons we can observe in India. Summer is the hottest time of the year, and the winter is the coldest. That is what you might be knowing. Just now we discussed, and I even showed you the photo of a child drinking the water. When it is summer, you tend not to go outside during the afternoon time. You are waiting either for the early morning or for the late evening, right? When the sun is not there. When sun is on the head, you stay inside the house, you turn on the air conditioner or the cooler and you sit in that. So this is what happens in the summer, and obviously in the winter season, which is going on, so you wear the sweater and the jackets, you cover your ears, nose and everything to stay safe from the sneezing or the cough. The weather is neither hot nor cold in autumn. Often, cool wind blows during the autumn. Many trees even shed down their leaves in the autumn season. So you can see the difference between the autumn and the monsoon, right? It is clearly depicted from the picture. You can clearly see in the autumn season, trees usually shed down the worn out leaves. So the color of the leaves changes to the red. So this is what happens in the autumn season. After autumn comes winter. It is coldest season of the year. We wear woolen clothes to keep ourselves warm in the winter. So students, what kind of clothes do you wear in the winter season? You cover your hands with the gloves, you cover your ears with the cap, you cover your nose with the different types of scarves and the clothes. You wear the full sleeve jackets and the t-shirts, right? You even cover your feet with the socks. So you try to cover each and every part of your body so that you do not feel cold in the winter season. After winter comes the spring season. Now the weather is very pleasant in spring season. Trees start getting the new leaves and the flowers bloom. Everything grows very well and you can smell everything very fresh in the air in the spring season. Change in the season affects the kind of the clothes we wear. Obviously, in the summer season, you are not going to cover your hands and your feet and everything because it is already very hot. You don't want to make yourself sweating with perspiration, everything on your body by wearing everything on the hands and the feet. Rather, you try to wear the light clothes, the cotton clothes. So the kind of food we eat and the activities we do also changes with the change in the season. All these are being affected because of the change in the seasons. Now let us solve in a small, very small exercise which is very easy to solve if you have understood the chapter, if you are watching the lecture and if you are reading the book. So let us solve. Let's remember exercise. Write T for the true and F for the false statement. So basically this is true or false. 4 statements are given which we will have to read. Try to recollect the topics we have understood from the chapter and write whether it is true or false according to the knowledge we have or we have gathered. So I hope that now you are ready with your pencils and your textbooks. If you have the textbook, there is no question of where do we have to write. Obviously because you have to write here only on the same page where you are reading. But if you do not have the textbook, you can just write, give the heading true or false, answer 1, answer 2, answer 3. This way you can write in your rough book. and later you can write the question from the PDF file of the textbook. So let's get started. Number 1. Spring season brings us rain. Oh, is it so? If spring season brings us the rain, what is the role of monsoon season? Now you are confused, right? No, many of you might be knowing that obviously this statement is false. Let us first write the answer. We will just write F. As it is written, you have to write F for the false statement. So why have I written F? Because it is false. Why is it false? Monsoon season brings us the rain and not the spring. Spring season, in the spring season, flowers bloom and the trees again starts getting the new leaves and the fruits. This is what happens in the spring, not the rain. That is why it is false. I hope that you are writing the answer, students. Number 2. Strong wind with rain and thunder is storm. Is it true? When the strong wind is there along with the rain and even the lightning, the thunder, it is a storm? Yes, it is true. Let me first write the answer and I hope that you too are writing the answer. Let me write T here. So why is it true? Because if you have seen, here it is clearly written that the strong winds usually accompanied with the lightning, thunder, rain or snow is called storm. So this is what is written here. Correct? So that is why this statement is true statement. Now number 3, weather does not change for the long period of time. In fact, it changes, right? We have 5 seasons, so the weather changes continuously. So this statement is false because weather changes, and here it is written it does not change. Okay, I hope that you are writing the answers. Number 4. Evaporation and condensation are the part of the water cycle. Are evaporation and condensation part of the water cycle? Let me take you back to the page of water cycle. As you can see, this is the water cycle. Water gets evaporated by the sun's heat, sun's light, and again it condenses from the clouds, it falls down again back to the earth. So obviously evaporation and condensation are the part of water cycle, right? So again this statement is also true statement. Let us write T for the true statement. So here clearly we can see 2 statements are false and 2 are the true. Now one question is asked, you have to just answer it orally. Orally means verbally, that means with your mouth, you do not have to write it down. In what form does water come down from the sky at very cold places? Now usually water gets evaporated and gets stored in the form of clouds. Then in what form it comes down? You will say, sir, rain. Yes, water comes down in the form of rain, but where the weather is very cold, at that place is how it comes down? In the form of snow. So snow is the answer for this question. Please make sure, do not take this question lightly. I may ask you in any exam in the form of objective. You can write the answer snow for this. So these are the few keywords we have already discussed. I have already asked you to write it down when we were writing hard words and we were doing the reading part. Let us go through the summary part of this chapter. And you know that if you read the summary part, it covers up entirely all the points, everything what we have understood. It is just a kind of a short recall towards the chapter. Let us do it. Air is all around us. We cannot see it. We can only feel it when it moves. This is what we know, and the moving air is called wind. Air contains gases, water vapor, dust particles and germs. So air is not empty, it contains all these stuff. It is stuffed with all these things. Water is very important for the life on the earth. You know that. More than 70% of the earth and more than 70% of the body, human body, is covered with the water. Changes in the weather are caused by the sun, wind and the water vapor in the air. These are the three factors why the weather changes on the earth. There are 5 main seasons in India. Talking about India, summer season, when there is so much hot climate, monsoon, when the rain falls, autumn, when the trees shed down the worn out leaves, winter, when it's too cold, and spring season, when again trees start getting the new leaves and flowers blossom. Last point is, change in the season affects the kinds of the clothes we wear, kind of food we eat and the activities we do. Obviously, we change our clothes, eating habits and the activities, the timetable fully is changed with the change in the season, right? Like in the winter you study, in the rainy season you study, but in the summer you have the vacation from the school. This was just an example. Let us solve few objectives, textual objectives I should say, which you are supposed to write it down in the fair book. Now what you are going to do is, if you are having the textbook, you are going to solve first question in the textbook itself. For the students who do not have the textbook, just write the answers in the sequence in your rough notebook. Please do not miss writing the answers. You have to write the answers. So later when I give the instruction in your WhatsApp groups, you will have to complete the same thing in your fair book as well. Let's get started with question A. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. As the options are given, you have to choose the correct word and fill in the blanks, but you have to obviously understand the question. Number 1. Animals breathe in dash, present in the air. So animals breathe in carbon dioxide or do they breathe in oxygen? First of all, let me ask you one counter question. What do we breathe in? Do we breathe in carbon dioxide? You will say no, we breathe in oxygen. Plants breathe in the carbon dioxide which we breathe out. So the same thing happens with the animals. I hope you understood on which way am I navigating you. The correct answer is oxygen. Let us write the correct answer. Oxygen. I hope that you are writing the answers. Answer 1, oxygen. This is how you will write in the rough book. Those who are writing in the textbook, they have to write it in the way I have written. Animals breathe in oxygen present in the air like the human beings. Number 2, the change of water vapor to the water is called dash. Evaporation or condensation. The change of the water vapor to the water is called. Now from vapor it becomes water. This is what happens, and that is why the rainfall happens on the earth, right? So that, see here it is not asked that from the water to water vapor. Here it is asked that from the water vapor to water. So what is that process called? I hope that you are guessing the correct answer. Did you guess the answer is evaporation? No, that your answer is incorrect. It is condensation. So let us write the correct answer. Condensation is the correct answer. As there is no space, I am going to write the answer below the blanks. You have to write the answer in the blanks with your pencil. Also you can underline the correct answer if you are writing in the textbook. Condensation. So from the vapor again when it converts into the water, then that process is condensation. Cooling down of the vapor is called condensation. This is what even you have learned in the 5th chapter, which was solid, liquid and gases. Number 3. In dash places, water drops in the cloud come down as snow. So when it is very hot or very cold? At what places does the water droplets comes in the form of snow, not in the form of rain? Obviously when it is very cold. So the water stored in the clouds changes into the snow and then the snowfall happens. I hope students you are writing the answers. Number 4. The condition of the air around us is known as dash. Season or weather? Come on, think about the answer. This is what we have done in this lecture itself. Yes, the answer is weather. W-E-A-T-H-E-R, weather. So, students, if you are writing in the rough book, please make sure you do not make any spelling mistakes. Those who are writing in the textbook, they have the options and the spellings with them. Number 5, which is the last one. Many trees shed their leaves in the dash season. Do you remember? Let me take you back to the seasons. So, seasons are different, right? So, in which season the trees shed down their leaves? So, here you can see in autumn season, the picture clearly shows that in autumn season, trees shed down their leaves, and I even informed you that it changes its colors to the red because it is called dead leaves. There is no life inside the leaves which has fallen down. So, autumn is the correct answer. Okay, so this way we have solved all the 5 blanks. So students, thank you for watching the lecture and keep watching the lecture. Keep up the good work. Keep sending the written work to the follow-up teachers. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Goodbye.